for them to be recorded, and then hopefully it'll make its way over to YouTube. So anybody that's brand new, welcome to our team Zooms. If you've never been on one before, they can be super fun. They can be very, very laid back and casual, and sometimes we do ones that are slightly more in a professional setting. We'll just see how the flow goes and then go from there. Tonight, we're going to be talking about how to attract distributors to you and your business, and how to seal the deal with distributors. And then just kind of go over a lot of the concerns that you guys are bringing up to me or your leader in terms of anything to do with signing distributors. So as I'm talking, feel free to ask questions in the comments. I am going to try to get to all those questions that you have and touch on all of those topics that you want. Of course, like I said, as we go, I'm sure more and more questions are going to come through, which is awesome. And I will try to get to every single one of those more towards the end. So I'm just going to go over what I have in my notes first, and then we'll do that. So anyways, the reason why signing distributors is so important, of course, not only is to be able to climb the ranks in our business and, in our company and earn more income, but it's also important for you to build a sustainable lifelong business. Even whether, you're in this business to just make $100 to $500 extra a month, those distributors are going to be key and vital to build that sustainability for life, a lifelong business that's going to continuously pay you over and over and over again. And then for those of you guys on here who have been trying to, maybe push towards diamond or double diamond or triple diamond, presidential diamond, whatever it is, the importance of signing distributors there is so vital as well. Even if you do currently have those charts full, like you have a full diamond chart or you have a full double diamond chart, and you've just been grinding your gears to sign those customers, and maybe some of you guys even may need to double your entire team's volume to do so, and you've been pushing to do that for a few months now, and each month it doesn't seem to be growing at the speed that you want it to. We need to think in terms of the importance and significance of signing a distributor. And I know that this can be so hard for so many of us who may be a little bit more red and just see, I want to sign a customer because customers are how we get paid. We don't get paid directly on enrolling a new person into our business. We get paid to help people change their lives. We get paid to invest in other people when it comes to distributors. And essentially we do get paid on those volume orders. So I know from that standpoint, it is so hard to take a step back and say, I've been signing tons of customers. I'm so good at signing customers. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing because that's what's getting me paid. However, on the flip side, like I said, you've been doing this for some time, and maybe, for some of you, it's even just getting to that ruby rank, emerald, and diamond is obviously a huge accomplishment. And from there, you do need to double that volume, and it just hasn't been moving the way you want to. It is important to take a step back and realize the significance of what happens when we start enrolling distributors instead of enrolling customers on our own. If you think about right now, your team and the amount of people that you have on it, if you want to double your volume, why not double the amount of people that you have on your team and start investing in them and really focusing on helping them with their business and training them on how to get to Ruby, training them on how to get to Emerald. It's going to be a much smoother ride for you than just feeling like you're pulling all of this weight and you're pulling your whole team by yourself. And like I said, sometimes that is hard to, take a step back and do, because we do want that rapid success and we do want to go really fast sometimes. And we might feel that this is going to take us longer, but if we keep going and doing the same things that we've been doing, it's not, that's what's going to take longer. I remember the month before actually that Jennifer Han on our team, shout out to this amazing, amazing mom. I mean, she's just awesome. So many amazing things to say about her, but the 2 months leading up to Jennifer promoting to Diamond, she had a full double diamond chart, and we were working with this double diamond chart for 2 full months, pushing for volume. She was signing customers like wildfire. She was so good at signing those customers, but each month the volume was just not coming in. Like every month it was like 3,000 short, 2,000 short, you know, whatever it was. And she's like, heck, like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm signing all these people. I'm getting all these big orders in, but my volume is just not growing the way that I feel as though it should be. And so we took a step back and we looked at her chart and we said, well, let's look at this and see who is working on your team and rework your entire chart. And when we did that, what we did was exactly what I just said. And we started really investing with the people on her team. So instead of just having names in boxes, we said, who wants this that's on your team? Whose lives do we want to invest in, and whose lives do we want to change? Let's put them in the promotable spots. Let's put them in the emerald. Let's put them in the diamond spot. Let's put them in the ruby spot. And once we reworked this on a Zoom together, her chart was not full, and it was nowhere even near full. Like I said, she came from a double diamond chart to not even a full diamond chart. And I said, you need to do this. You need to buff up your team. You need to build it stronger, and you need to double the amount of people on here if we want to double that volume. So she understood the importance of it. She's like, I'm going to listen to the person, you know, who's telling me to do this, because she's where I want to be. And I'm going to trust the process. And I'm going to trust that by listening to her, I'm going to get to where I want to be. So we did this at the beginning of the month. I would actually say it wasn't even like the very first day. I would say probably about halfway through the month. So 2 weeks are going through the month. Things aren't moving the way that they should be moving on her team. Halfway through the month, we get on this Zoom, we rework her chart. She doesn't even have a full diamond chart at this point. And then we rework it. She focuses on enrolling those distributors. And on the last day of the month was the month that she promoted to diamond. And, you know, her life has been changed ever since. The month after that, she was able to promote to double diamond. And 2 months after that, she was able to promote to triple diamond. So that's how rapidly her team was able to have that success. And now she's leading so many of those amazing women who we took a step back and said, okay, let's focus on these people and getting them to their ranks and putting people in these spots that want this, need this. And now she has all those people on her team, and some of them are pushing for those ranks, triple diamond, double diamond, diamond, and making huge significant incomes because we decided to do that. So that's where the significance of all this comes in. And I just really wanted to cover that before we dive into it, because, you know, it is so easy to focus on signing distributors when we have a sale going on, when it's only $20 to enroll, when it's $49.50 to enroll. It's easy for our post to be geared towards that because we're so excited. We're so fired up. We're like, yes, like I can sign so many people for $20 right now because it's only $20. But this, you know, and a lot of you guys are here because of those sales, and not to, you know, say anything negative about those sales. I think those are awesome for people, you know, who find this business when it's only $20 and hop in on that sale. However, the significance in signing a $99 distributor is so much more impactful for you and your team and your business than signing somebody when it's only $20, because it is so easy for that person to be like, okay, well, I only spent $20 on this. It doesn't, you know, I didn't really lose anything. I got over $120 worth of product when I did that. You know, I didn't really lose much. I spent $20 at Starbucks. I spent $20 on dinner. I spent $20, you know, here and there. I didn't really lose anything by just giving this a shot, and it didn't work for me. So then all these people end up falling off, and that's what happens, right? You're looking at your chart and you're looking at your team and you're saying, well, I have a full double diamond. I have a full diamond. I have a full presidential diamond, whatever it is, but the volume's not growing rapidly enough because all these people came in when it was $20 or $49.50, and they end up trickling off and never, you know, doing anything with the business. So a $99 distributor is so much less likely to do that. And you find some really key quality people when focusing on enrolling people when it is the full price of $100. And I was talking to Jen the other night when we did a one-on-one Zoom about her and her business, and we were just talking about things, bumping ideas off of each other back and forth. And I said to her, I was like, to be 110% honest with you, like I always love to reflect on myself and my business and what I would do, what would attract me to start, what I was thinking before I started, what I was thinking when I did sign, when I was brand new. I love self-reflection on that. And it really does take you so far in this business when you start thinking, well, what would I have done? Or, you know, how is this going to appeal to somebody else? So for me, 110%, I would have not even done a single thing if I joined when it was only $20. So if I was a $20 person who enrolled, I wouldn't have even thought like, oh, well, I at least need to make my money back. And that was the biggest thing for me. When I started for $99, I wanted to quit. All of you guys have heard me say that in my story over and over and over and over again. Like, I almost quit when I found out that I had to sell something in this business. I could not do that. Like, that was my mindset. I cannot do this business. I cannot sell something. I need water or something, so I'm ranting, but I don't have any nearby, so whatever. So I didn't want to do this business, but I was broke. I started this, that $99 that I used to join was literally the only $99 that I had. So I said, okay, well, I at least need to make my money back. So I went out and I sold those 4 wraps that came in our kit, because back in the day, we only ever got 4 wraps. We didn't have these awesome choices of like keto coffee bundles and hair, skin, nails, and whatever. So I went out and I sold my 4 wraps, and then I reflected again and I was like, well, if I could do that and I did that, why not just keep going and see where this business can take me? So for, again, it goes back to, if it was only $20, I would never have had that mindset. And I never have even started to try and found out that if I just kept doing what I was doing and trusted the process, my business would continue to double and triple and quadruple along the way. And so would my income, and so would my lifestyle, and so would I, how many people that I was helping along the way as well. So anyways, $99 for signing as a distributor. Do not be scared of it. This is huge. This is significant. And again, going back to that month that Jennifer went diamond, she had to do that in just 2 weeks. She had to fill extra boxes on her chart. And this was back when diamond was 24 boxes, not 14 or whatever it is now. So she had to go and, go out and find some really key people and key players on her team that wanted this really, really pretty rapidly and quickly in order to refill up this chart, get her people excited, say, we're going to take you to Ruby. Let's get you to Ruby. Let's get you to Emerald. Let's get you to Diamond really, really rapidly. And she did that because she got laser focused. And as we know, we talked a lot about this podcast that Jen shared with me from Ed Millett last week. We really went off on a rant about that. It was awesome podcast. So hope all of you watched that after listening to us talk about it last week. He says that the human mind can get so good at something when we become laser focused on it. And I know that is so true in my business. Wherever my focus is where I am thriving in my business. If my focus is on enrolling distributors, I can go out and enroll distributors like nothing. If my focus is on signing customers, I can go out and sign customers like nothing. If my focus is on building my network, whatever, like we should be doing all of these things every day. But if that's where my main amount of me and my efforts are going, that is what is growing fastest in my life. And so if we can get really laser focused on doing this, just like, the people that we have seen through this business, and I'm just using Jen as an example because we did have a discussion on this. And I know that there are other people on this team that have done the same thing. But like I said, we just had a discussion about it. So that's why I'm using her as the example here. So sorry for just like shouting your business out like crazy on here, but I think it's a great story to tell. She became so laser focused on doing that she was able to do it so rapidly, find really key people. And again, some of you are probably on here, so blessed that you're on this journey with us now. And that was because of that laser focused mindset of I've got to do this, and having that determination and desperation to just go out and figure it out and do it. So tonight we're going to talk about how to attract those types of people and how to seal the deal with them. And it's really funny because before I even became invested in this big focus and this big push with you guys over these past 2 weeks, halfway through my thinking and my thought process and all of this stuff, it's wild how the universe works. And it's wild how the things that come up to affirm that we are on the right track with where we want to be going and what we're thinking and what we're doing for our business and our team and our life to move it forward. I get a message. Cami, by the way, has no idea that I'm, my focus has been here. Cami has no idea that I've wanted to really invest with this, with you guys on my team. So halfway through, as I said, 2 weeks ago, we started talking about signing distributors on a Zoom. Last week, we talked about it a little bit, but the focus on the team page has been there a lot. halfway through doing all this, Cami messages me about doing a panel at the Austin event that I'm going to in next week. And my panel is on exactly all of this. It's on talking to potentials when they're interested and what to do with them in that next step. Again, just wild how the universe affirms us that we're on the right track at the right time. It's just crazy. So just a really quick side note there. So anyways, tonight we're going to focus on those things of how to attract them. I asked on the team page the other day, how many of you guys feel confident in gaining at least 5 to 10 new potential distributors in a week? Now, this doesn't mean that you have to seal the deal with all 5 to 10 of those people. This is just talking about, do we feel confident in even attracting them to us? Because before we step into sealing the deal with people, we have to be confident in attracting distributors to us in our business. Some of you said yes, you're confident in doing so. Some of you said no. So if you're not confident in even attracting people to you in your business, that's where our focus has to be first. And a lot of this comes down to sharing your story and sharing your lifestyle. I don't want to talk too much on this tonight because we talk about this a lot. And so many of you guys, I think, know what you need to do, but it's just a matter of taking the action and taking the action to get better at it and forcing yourself to do it. And the only way you're going to do that is by starting. A group of us tonight and just chatting back and forth on a group chat that I'm in, this exact question came up. Like, I feel as though I know I should be sharing my story, but I'm not doing it. And I'm not doing it because I don't know how. So we went over doing that. And then I had a Zoom with somebody right before this. And we talked about this exact thing, like how to share your story, even when you are brand new in this business. Each of you do have a story, whether you feel like you do or not. And that story is so important to be repeating and sharing at least 3 times a week, if not more, and in different ways. It doesn't have to be, and you don't want it to be copy and pasted 3 times a week, but you want it to be heard and said over and over and over and present on your profile as to, who you are, why you started this business, maybe how you even found this business, what were your thoughts before joining this business. Go back to all those emotions that you had, because emotions speak louder than anything. Emotions and things that people connect with when you are saying these words are going to, speak louder than saying, join my team, or who wants to earn an extra $500 a month on social media. It's going to, they're going to think, okay, that's how I'm feeling. She felt the same way as me. That's what I'm going through. Or even if they're not feeling the same way as you exactly, or they're not going through exactly what you're going through, people might think, okay, well, like if she's going through that, I know I can do this. Or she's going through that, I'm going through this. We're not the same, but we're similar. And this can be my answer for X, Y, and Z as well. And for those of you that I am closest with in this business, and we have talked and we have discussed and all that, and I know why you have started, so many of you have told me little tidbits about what you saw as to why you wanted to join, what you saw me, like the exact post, what it was, and you wanted to join this business. So many of you have told me exactly what those little things are. And so I repeatedly use the little pieces from you guys to continue posting those types of things, because I know that's what attracts people to our business and our team and our family culture, community, and all that. So I'm continuously doing that. Again, self-reflection, listening to the people on your team, and then thinking back to, why did I start? And I think about that too, like, what would have attracted me? What would have I needed to hear? What were the emotions that I was feeling that I need to connect back to other people when I am sharing my story? So the before, and some of you guys are not, you're not in the before because you're here now, but are right there in those moments right now. So those emotions are very fresh. That is the most significant part of any story. So don't worry about the end goal. Don't worry about, okay, well, Hannah's able to share her story because she's already accomplished, doing this and doing that, and she's not on food stamps anymore, and she's, accomplished X, Y, and Z. That's not what is inspiring people when they come to me and they're attracted to me. What is inspiring people and what is allowing people to listen is that first key piece that I draw them in with, and relating to other people with how they feel now. So when sharing your story, that first line, you want to just have it something super simple where, you are just quickly grabbing the attention of your audience. So I usually always start almost every single one of my posts with just one sentence, and then I'll just enter. So like that sentence is by itself right there, very visible, enter, and then I go more into detail with what I want to say. So I can just pull up my phone real quick and give you guys some examples of what I mean there. I didn't do this before, I should have. But just as a quick example, I made a post yesterday at noon, and the first sentence that I have here is, in just April alone, I had 4 girls on our team quit their traditional job, and now they're home full time. That is all I said. That is very, interesting. It catches the reader's attention where they want to read more. So that first line that you say is very important. And then I go into more detail. So I've caught their attention. They want to read more. And even the same thing, guys, with product posts, this is important as well. For example, my product post that I made earlier today says, I leave for Texas in a week, exclamation point. That is it. Catches the reader's attention. They want to see what else I have to say about leaving for Texas in a week. This post that I made about the other day when we went to Canopy, I said, we post on social media for a living, and if we can do this, you can do this. That's all I say. And then I go into more detail about the lengthy stuff. And now the other thing that's important about this as well, sorry, I'm going really fast, but I want to really get this in within the hour that we have on here. And I don't want to keep you guys longer than that. And there's a lot of questions, a lot of great stuff being said. It is being recorded, so you guys can go back and take notes on all of this. One of the important things about doing that as well is that for your audience and for your readers that don't have the time or don't even want to press the see more and read the rest of what you say, at least that first sentence says something that can stick in their mind and is just catchy. It's just that first catchy line that you're drawing people in. So that's why that's important. And then eventually, hopefully, if you have somebody who's been reading those, just that first catchy line, eventually they're going to want to say, okay, wait a second, she's got me. She always has these lines. Let me read more. And then they start reading your posts in full. So I do this all of the time with my posts. As you'll see, if you just scroll my page, you'll see a lot of that over and over and over again. So that's like the first thing that you want to do. And then what I was saying is the next part is where you will start going more into that emotional piece as to why. Like, why did you start this business? What were you feeling? Like, did you, were you going through, I don't even know. I'm trying to think of exactly what me and this person that were on the Zoom right before were saying was like her before. And she said it really well. And I don't want to mess up exactly the way she said it, of course, because it's her story. But basically what she was saying was, I didn't want to have to continue living on one income. I wanted more for my family. We weren't struggling. We were living comfortably, but I didn't want to continue living on one income. And that is huge. That is like compelling to so many people. For somebody else on our team that I know her story pretty well, where she was before was that she was a working mom, and she her daughter was constantly getting, ear infections and not feeling well, and she had to be home. Like, that is a huge emotional piece that right there connects with other people and makes them feel something. You want to make those people feel something right away, because that's where they're at right this very second. They are not at, they're not at this place down the road over here where a lot of us might be, or some of us might be, and some of us are going. They're all right here. So that is the most vital and important part of your story to be sharing and talking about. And why we can all, no matter if we started this business yesterday, get really, really, really good and real about sharing this. And then the rest of those things are just going to be, where we're going with our business, what we have accomplished so far, what our goals are for the future, and how you want to help more people on this journey with you as well, earning some extra income. Next week, we do have a Zoom with a special guest. Her name is Brittany Hayes. She's an ambassador diamond, just recently promoted. I believe it was last month, if not the month before. She's absolutely incredible discussing attraction marketing. And she's going to become our guest on our Zoom next Tuesday at 10 o'clock. And it's going to have the main focus be on building your story brand. So I'm not going to, again, go too much into this attraction marketing piece because we do talk about it a lot, and we do have her coming next week to talk about it. But I just wanted to mention those key things for those of you guys who feel like I'm not even attracting these people. So when you become really laser focused on this exact topic that I talked about, that's how you're going to attract people in and be attracting those 5 to 10 people. Sharing your story, sharing the things that we talk about, where you're working this business, what it is doing for you each and every day, what your accomplishments are. These can be as simple of things as, purchasing a coffee mug at Marshall's. I remember watching a Zoom that Claire Flores had done on this exact topic, how to attract distributors. And she said when she was brand new in this business, she signed 2 distributors off of a post by literally holding up a coffee mug in the store, and her caption was something short and sweet. Like, I remember before this business how I would feel so guilty even making a purchase for $4.99 at the checkout line for a coffee mug because my husband worked so hard for our family. They're a family just on one income. Before she started this, she was a stay-at-home mom. So she was saying, I would feel so guilty even purchasing myself this mug for $3.99. Thankfully now my It Works pay is allowing me to make these impulse purchases, and it makes my heart feel so happy that I just got this cute mug. Like, it obviously wasn't verbatim that, because I'm not her and I don't know what exactly she said, but that is connecting with other people's emotions. Other people feel that way. And she said she signed 2 distributors right off of that post right there about buying a mug for $3.99 in the checkout line at Marshall's, because 2 other stay-at-home moms had that same emotion and felt that same way. And this was when she was brand new in her business. So doing those little things as well, those tiny things along the way that we're accomplishing. And then the last piece that is really going to help you along with this as well is just sharing your lifestyle. Sharing your lifestyle is so vital. And again, I'm going to shout out Jen Hand for like the 17th time on here, but I want to talk about her one more time because we did say this when we were on our one-on-one Zoom the other night. She was like, my life wasn't good before I started making diamond pay. We were struggling. I had quit my job because I didn't want to, get out of bed and go to work anymore and leave my infant. And I didn't want to have to send him to daycare anymore. But we were struggling before I hit diamond. However, that's when I was signing the most amount of distributors because I was dreaming about where I was going, but I was also making my life just look more attractive and being grateful for the things that I was able to do because of this and sharing my lifestyle. Jen said that she would post all the time and say things like, I'm so grateful to be able to work from my phone, bring in an income while sitting next to these 2 cute boys, before she had her 3rd baby. And so those things, again, like, that's sharing your lifestyle along with this. And that doesn't even have to be the caption. For me, I share my lifestyle every single day. This morning, I shared my lifestyle about going out and getting ice cream with Zachary while his brother was in school. And then the second line said, Happy Tuesday, friends. So this isn't a drip post. It's not a story post. It's not pulling people in. It's not telling people I'm working from home. But essentially, at the end of the day, it is. Even though it's just a lifestyle post, people are learning about me. It's a great way to build relationships. But they're also going to eventually put those pieces together and be like, dang, like, she's always out doing something. She's always out having fun. She's always at the farm. She's always at the park. She's always doing X, Y, and Z. And they're going to put the pieces together and be like, it's because of this business. She's able to do these things that I'm not able to do. So the lifestyle posts are so key and important and vital as well. And then not going to dive into this, but the photography piece is important as well. Making sure you are taking clear images. Your face is present on your profile. I shouted out Taylor K. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce her last name, but I shouted out Taylor K on our team page the other day because, again, this is a new distributor. She hasn't promoted yet, but her page is looking phenomenal. I mean, her face is present. Her baby's present. Her pictures are bright. They're bold. She's positive. She's loud. She's excited. She's showing people what this business is doing for her. She's, not dwelling on like this mama just had to go back to work after her 3-month maternity leave. Nobody on her profile knows that. Her page isn't, talking about what's not happening. It's talking about all about where she's going and why she's doing this. It's so bright, attractive, and positive. You don't have to be, a presidential diamond or a triple diamond, whatever, to have this attractive looking profile. And same with Sakita Ronowich on our team. She hasn't promoted yet to Ruby or Emerald or Diamond, but her page looks like she's already a diamond. Her page looks like she's already a double diamond. She's sharing the lifestyle. She's mimicking exactly what we're teaching and preaching. She's, doing all those great things. So she's attracting people along there as well. And sharing her story as well. Shout out, because she is going live tomorrow for the first time, and she's just doing awesome. She's doing phenomenal at that. So anyways, those are all key things about how to attract distributors. And so, just start working towards there, becoming laser focused on that and building an audience, making sure you're networking with people, making sure you're commenting on their content with engaging things that they have to ask questions back to you, because that's what's going to bring people's attention to your page, where they're going to want to stop, sit, and listen and hear what you have to say in your post and get that traffic coming to you. You need that traffic, because it's all going to be great when you're getting great at this, but it's not going to be awesome and you're not going to be attracting enough people if the traffic isn't coming through on your profile to be able to see all of this awesome stuff that you're doing. So continuing to make sure that you are adding new people every single day. You're finding the right people. Guys, I literally have more times than not in this business added people the night before, and the next day they have joined my team as a distributor, because I go and I add the right people. I know who my audience is. I know who is going to be attracted to the way I am posting and I'm sharing, and my kids, because I'm, focused on looking for other moms that are just like me and we have things in common right from the get-go. So I'm focused there. I'm focused on building relationships and commenting on content. On a Saturday mornings, I sit and I literally engage for the first 3 hours of my day. No, not everybody has to do that, but if you can, why not? But it's just something I personally do to build those relationships stronger and strengthen those as well. So anyways, those are all things about how to attract distributors. Now, if you're not attracting that many, but you want to rapidly start signing people, for those of you on here that are really good at signing customers, you're banging out 91 BV orders. If you're signing at least over 60 BV orders consistently every single time, you can be signing distributors cake, like so easily. So that, for those of you on here that are good at enrolling those customers, but feel like you're not finding the right distributors and you're not gaining enough distributors and all that, this is for you. I understand where so many of you guys, you are red. You work behind the scenes. You hustle hard. Even if you don't have that red personality that pushes off onto other people, your grit and your determination and your hard work and your ethic, your discipline to yourself and your job and this, you are so red when it comes to this. So I know you're going to be like, okay, Hannah, you're telling me to turn a 91 BV order into a 0 BV order. Are you nuts? But listen and hear me out. When that 0 BV distributor that you're about to sign then becomes your next rock star and is your next ambassador diamond, you're going to be like, okay, Hannah, I'm glad I went back and I listened to you. Start asking people and giving them the 2 options when you give them the payment. Or even if you've already sealed the deal with them, so you have their information and you know they're going to become your customer no matter what. So even if you ask, you haven't lost anybody, you ask them, you say, there is another way that you can become a customer. We have, this is even easier now because we used to just have the wraps, but this is even easier now because so many of you guys are signing coffee customers. So many of you guys are signing customers for a few different products. So we have the sample pack. And if you're signing customers for like a collagen and hair, skin, and nails often, or even wraps, ask your people if they want that option as well. They're going to get the over $120 in products. They don't even have to be on the 3-month auto shipment. and they can become a distributor, still get their products, and then you're going to help them work this business. Don't say those things unless you're also saying and make money at the same time and earn a $100 shopping spree. So you get $100 in free products when you do this. You don't have to be on an auto ship. And I'm going to teach you how to earn $100 in free product. Start doing this right now. Like, don't even go and sign another customer until you promise me that you are asking your people. Because Michelle Payne, Ambassador Diamond, she is amazing. She went Ambassador Diamond, guys, in I think it's 13 months. Don't quote me on that. It might be 14 or 15. I know there's like 6 of them that I know, that one of them's 11 months, one of them's 12, one's 13, and one's 15 months. So she's either 13 months or something. Anyways, Michelle Payne, she's amazing. Went Ambassador that quickly. Imagine you sign somebody tonight that goes Ambassador Diamond and brings in that kind of volume for your team and for your business that rapidly. She joined and she went Diamond in 60 days, guys. That is an extra 8,000 volume on your team in the next 60 days if you start doing this. And the only reason that she is a distributor today is because somebody asked her if she would like to spend an extra $40 and become a distributor instead of becoming a customer. Marwa Ali is her last name. Again, don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. Her last name is not, I don't know. Anyways, she also goes by Caddy Ali on Facebook. She promoted to Ambassador Diamond at the beginning of this year. Again, amazing, phenomenal human being, leader, huge team, huge volume. She's in the top 10 of our company, guys, top 10. She wanted to buy hair, skin, and nails, a 30 BV product. She wanted hair, skin, and nails. And she's now an Ambassador Diamond, huge volume, top 10 in the company. And because somebody asked her if she would rather become a distributor than become a customer. You are missing so many key people if you are not doing this. So start implementing this. Start asking people if they want to become a distributor. Anyways, so when you start doing all these things, you're attracting people, you're asking this, but you don't know your what's next step. You don't know how to talk to people. We have amazing scripts for most of the common questions that go on our team page under the distributor file and section under announcements. I use these scripts. Like if I am talking to a distributor, potential distributor, I literally go to our team page, go to the announcements, and copy and paste the responses right there. I welcomed an amazing mama to our team the other day, and the questions that she was asking, guys, are verbatim the scripts. And so I was able to just go to my own scripts that I have and reply them to her so simply and easily without having to overthink and say, all these crazy things. And both of the people, I have another potential distributor signing in the next couple of days. I invited her to our event. I invited her to my live the other night. So talking to people, what's your next step? You don't know what to say, use the scripts, but make sure that you are inviting them to the events that we have to offer. Last week, I literally had like 7 comments on my live video, and like 8 of them, okay, so that doesn't even make sense. Like I had 7 comments, but 8 of them were literally my people. None of you guys were tagging potentials in it. So how do you expect, and how can you sit there and complain and say, I'm not signing distributors if you're not even using the tools that are available to you? Cami does a live try it on the first Tuesday of every month. You can get people to that. You can host watch parties. I'm going live. You can tag people. You can host watch parties. We have potential distributor events at least twice a month. We have an amazing one coming up this Thursday. That's going to be our first all-day event where we have like 10 booming distributors on our team going live and sharing their stories. Get people in front of people who know what to say already and know how to seal the deal. There's like 0 reason why people wouldn't be signing if they're on these events. Again, shouting out my girl Jennifer Hand, but hello, the reason she was able to go diamond that fast and sign those distributors, she was hardcore laser focused on inviting and tagging people in those events. She had like the most people tagged every single dang week. Charlie on our team, Boss Mama, if she is here, would not be here today. She is here. Charlie Bohannon with like 3 N's in E-Suite. She would not be here today if Jen didn't invite her to that event. Charlie went to the event and she's like, oh my gosh, like I want to sign up right now, but I got to wait and I got to get my $99. And now she's a diamond going double diamond. This business has paid and changed her life in so many ways. Guys, like just incredible. I love Charlie's story. I'm not going to go into detail with it because we got like 15 minutes left. But she wouldn't be here today if Jen wasn't inviting people to those events. If she wasn't attracting people, she wasn't adding people, she wasn't networking, she wasn't using what is available. That's how you seal the deal. We seal the deal for these people. If you have people who are scared off by 99 bucks, I talk about that on every single one of my lives to the point where nobody would have any objection as to why it's 99 when I talk on there. Before I even get to the price, when I'm talking in a messenger text to a potential distributor, before we even get to the price, before they're even asking the price, I have already tagged them in either an upcoming event that we have the next day or that night, or I'm tagging them in an old one and I cover the price right there so they literally can't say no. They know that that's the price coming up. I go back, I check in, I follow up with them, and I'm like, I ask, did you watch the video? There is zero reason why somebody would say no to $99 because I literally just erase every single objection that anybody could ever have. So if that's where your struggle is, start inviting people to that. And if they still feel like $99 is a lot, heck yeah, it's a lot of money. Like I think $99 is a lot of money. If I want to go out and buy something and I see a $99 price tag, I'm like, heck no, I don't want that. I want to save my money. But they have to see that $99, they are literally investing in themselves and their future. And that $99 is going to grow into massive amounts of income if that's what they want. Not everybody's going to want that. And again, I cover those things when we do these events and we do these lives. I do go over those things and not everybody wants it. But for the people that don't have the 99, I'm sure most of them do want to make some significant amount of income. So that $99 can literally turn into $3,000 in just 99 days with our guarantee. That $99, it can turn into $10,000 in a year like it did for me, Rachel on our team, Jennifer on our team. $99 turned into $10,000 in a year, guys, 1 year. So if they're not seeing the significance in that, it goes back to you're not sharing your lifestyle enough. You're not sharing a compelling story to the point where I did this training the other day on this, and she went over this, but she's like, if people are not literally throwing their credit card at you and being like, I want what you have to offer, whether it's the product side or the business side, if they're not throwing their credit cards at you, then your story is not being told compellingly enough, and you have to get laser focused on learning how to do so. I actually bought a book called Building a Story Brand, and it goes over like all of this. It's so important and so vital. So if you feel like you're not, good at this, the Building a Story Brand book is so good, so good. But getting people in front of those events is really vital on how to seal the deal with people and overcoming those objections. So I did touch, I'm going to leave the last 15 minutes. I have like so much more to say, but I'm going to leave the last 15 minutes to go over some of these questions. I think I touched on a few of them as I was going over because I remembered some of the stuff you guys had. So here's a really great question from Tessa. Tessa asked, how do you get people to run with you from the beginning and get as excited as you are about this? And this, again, goes back to exactly what I was saying. If you are leading people with your lifestyle and your story before they've even inquired about the business, that's how you get excited people to start. Anybody on this team that is, a diamond and above leader, I know you guys, I've heard your stories, I've talked to you personally one-on-one, and all of you guys have the vision because I was leading you to that vision before you started. And that's people that have enrolled with me. And I'm sure the people that have enrolled with other people that are running and, doing this is for the same reason. You guys saw the vision before you even started, before you even inquired, you knew what this could do for you and how this could change your life. And if it wasn't somebody, the person that you enrolled, it's because you've seen or heard something from somebody else's story, whether that's Cammie's story or Jade's story or Brittany's story, or, you know, whoever out there you're following and you're inspired by. You feel like you can do this because you're being led by stories which build vision, and you understand where this business is going to take you. So make sure that you're getting your potentials in front of that content, or even your brand new distributor who signs in front of that content immediately, and building their belief up in themselves that they can do this. And the one thing I say all the time is, if I can do this, you can do this. I promise you. I promise people that, because I wholeheartedly 1000% believe that if I can do this business, they can do this business. I promise it to people because I literally had every single reason that this business shouldn't and couldn't and just didn't want to, you know, work for me. It shouldn't have worked for me. I felt like I was a nobody. Like I had nothing. I had nobody, nothing. I didn't have anything special going for me. I wasn't pretty. I didn't have a lot of friends. You know, all of these reasons as to why this business wasn't going to work out. And I made it happen because I got laser focused. So I promise people that. And you know, again, they feel like they can do this because I am leading them with that vision right from the get-go. So the vision is going to be key. It's not going to be numbers. It's not going to be the income chart. Yeah, for some of us Reds, it's the income chart, but it's not always going to be that. It's going to be emotion, tied emotion. So be sharing your story with that emotional piece, with where you were before, where, you know, what this business has done, and where this business is going for you. Those are all emotional things that you can touch on and add into to help people be led by vision. And if you feel like you're not good at this yet, get better at it, but also get people to the events. Get people in front of me, because I know that I can, you know, touch on those emotional pieces with people. Get people to the event Jen's doing. We have like 10 people going live that are good at touching on those emotional pieces with people. So that's going to be huge. The same thing, like some of you guys are saying about the $99. Again, that is your thinking. If you think that $99 is too much for this business, you need to erase that right now, because I just went over how this $99 can duplicate so rapidly and be so key, you know, and vital to invest that kind of, you know, that more money than just 20 bucks or $59 is much better to sign a distributor for 99. So just get that completely out of your head. If you're going into your everyday being like, nobody is going to join this for $99. Nobody's going to send $99 over to It Works to join my team. Nobody has $99 laying around. All of my people say 99 is too much. Guess what's going to happen? You're not going to sign a single soul. Nobody is going to join with you if that's what you think every day. I go into my everyday being like, this business is worth $10,000. Like, heck, this business is worth $99,000. You know what I mean? Like, be building that vision with yourself enough that you believe that, and then they're going to believe that, and they're not even going to care. They're going to be throwing their credit card at you. So get that, you know, objection and stipulation out of your head right now, and you're going to be good to go. You're going to be fine, and nobody's even going to think it's going to be like 99 cents, right? So let me just go through a few more questions. Stacy, you asked a really good question. I have it here in the comments. This is more like a question for leadership, so we can talk about that later on. Kind of ties into Tessa's question a little bit, but we'll talk about that on another Zoom, whereas this is more about signing distributors and attracting them. That's more of like a leadership geared question, but really, really good. She asked, helping people understand that it takes a while to build your network and to get your garden to bloom. Keep that question, please. Like, copy and paste it. I will forget what you said. The way you said it is perfect. Go back and copy and paste it, because that's a really good question I want to cover, but on like a leadership Zoom or topic that we go over in a few weeks after we go through all this. And then the other thing too, like Renee just brought up, you know, people always say that they'll join when there's a deal. People shouldn't even know that we ever have deals going on. And if they do, like, too bad, you missed it. Like, it was like 6 weeks ago. You should have reached out then. Oh, wow, like, it's $99. Get over it. You know, then I wouldn't say that to somebody, obviously. But, like, if somebody's like, ooh, like, I want to see if it's going to be $20. Ooh, are there any deals going on? And again, like, no. I literally tell people, no, those only come around once a year. So unless they want to sit around and waste a year of their life and wait for you to be an ambassador diamond before they start, then no, there's no deal coming around. And if a deal comes around 2 weeks after they join, awesome, like, great for you, because now guess what? You get to go out and enroll 10 to 20 distributors when it is $20. And now you can make $2,000 in fast start bonuses because you decided to join before it was $20. You know what I mean? Like, somebody gets in at $99. They get 2 weeks worth of training, 2 weeks worth of posting out, 2 weeks worth of attraction marketing because they're on fire. They want this. They've spent $99. And in 2 weeks time, $20 deal pops. Guess what? They've already become accustomed with our business to the point where they can go out and sign 20 distributors for $20 and earn $2,000 in fast start bonuses because they decided to take initiative on themselves and on their business. Like, I don't let people sit around and wait for deals. And if they want to, bye, on to the next. You know, I don't dwell and wait on people. If somebody tells me no, okay, like, I'll help you overcome objections. I'll tag you in a few more PDT events. I might follow up with you to see if you changed your mind, but I'm not banking on them. You know, I'm going to do those things. I don't want them to go off and sign with somebody else. I want to make sure I'm doing my due diligence as an Airworks distributor, but I'm not banking on them for sure. Oh, and shout out to Narissa. Yes, Narissa, getting on your first Zoom. I'm so excited for you. Like, bringing the heat tonight. Okay. All right. So when you do a watch party, you can't comment on your page. Valerie, do you mean on my, oh, okay. No, yeah, you're doing a watch party is fine. I understand what you're saying. I know that. Don't worry. I get your question, I think. If I don't, then ask me it again. But I'm pretty sure you're saying, like I said, don't, you know, there was only 8 comments on my live when I went live. And you were saying I did a watch party and tagged my people there. That's fine. If you're doing watch parties, 100% fine. Yes, Rachel just made an amazing post. I haven't read it yet, but yes, I'm going to go check out your post. Use emotion. The best distributors come out of using emotion. All right, so we have 3 minutes until we've been on here for an hour. Like I said, I didn't want to keep you guys for more than an hour, but I thought this was all really great and beneficial. It was recorded. And before we hop off, I do want to really put somebody on the spot. She's going to hate me. But I did a Zoom with her right before this, and she's getting ready to go live tomorrow. She's brand new, has not promoted in this business yet. So many of you guys have this question: how do I share my story if I'm brand new and I haven't made a significant amount of income yet? We went over, you know, mostly everything, and just the beginning, like, it's just the beginning, guys. It's that emotional piece. So I want you to turn your mic off and just talk about what you're going to talk about tomorrow and those emotional pieces that you're going to touch on. And I especially love her because she has a different story where she didn't start because she, you know, she was in an absolute terrible situation. She just, you know, I'm going to let her just take over and tell you guys how to tell your story if you're a brand new distributor who has been in it for a short time.
Hello. I can't believe you're doing this. All right, but so I'm going to start off my live. So I'm originally from South Africa. I came here 10 years ago as an au pair, and I met my husband while I was au pairing. Got a student visa, studied, we got married. I have children now. So we live a pretty comfortable life, but I just didn't want to live off of one income anymore. I wanted to, you know, be able to like have my own money and not just like rely everything on him, the bills and everything, right? Before I had my second son, I was nannying and bringing him with me. But when I had my youngest, I didn't want to do that anymore because I didn't want to have to like drag my 2 children out to someone else's house. And, you know, just I wanted to be home with them. So I, you know, watched Hannah and she found me on Facebook, and I kept watching her lives and watching her lives. And eventually I was like, okay, like, let me try this. Like, at least it's something to try, you know, and I don't have to go back to like nannying and stuff. So yeah, I just decided, you know, to take the leap and join, and I'm so happy that I did. Yeah, I'm going live on Thursday, my first live ever. Obviously, it's going to be longer, but yeah, I got to work on it. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that was really good. I'm really proud of you because you're like, I was not ready for that.
You put me on the spot so bad.
But yeah, like, you know, all of what she just said is exactly how you start that. And, you know, like she said, she's going to go into more detail with it, but all of those little background pieces about who she is and where she, you know, how she came to the, you know, she can just start that off by saying like, hey, my name's Sakita. I'm 28 years old. I'm originally from South Africa. I came here and moved here 10 years ago. She's going to go into a little bit about that. And then she's going to say exactly that. Like you know, have 2 children. I used to be a nanny, but when I had my second son, I didn't want to be dragging my 2 kids off to nannying every single day, going to somebody else's house and raising their children while also trying to raise mine. I wanted that freedom and that lifestyle of being able to do fun things with my oldest, taking him to sports and, you know, going to music class in the morning without having to worry about also taking care of somebody else's child. You know, and then like she said, she saw my posts on social media. She was watching my lives after my lives after my lives. And she said, why the heck not? Like, let me just try this. It's at least something I can try, make some extra income from home. And now here I am doing exactly that. I'm making money while staying home with my babies. We get to have that freedom of, you know, that freedom lifestyle. We're doing X, Y, and Z, whatever. She didn't have to say once in there how long she's been with us. She didn't have to say once in there how much money she's made. She's made like $200 so far. She's made a fast start bonus, and then she's made like her first commission check. She's only been in this with us for a month and a half. And, you know, all of that is just compelling. It's exciting. People relate to that. People relate to those emotions and feelings. And that's all you have to do, guys. That's all you have to do. That's it. So yeah, I'm really proud of you. You did awesome. And now you have like a little bit of practice for your live on Thursday.
Yeah.
All right, but that's all I have for you. I'm going to stop recording now. You were recorded, by the way.
Oh my God.
There you go.